Hello and welcome to Friday's programme. I'm John T. Messer.
And I'm Ellie Barker. Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. A route manager for Network Rail says work to protect the railway line at Dawlish is a 100-year project.
An extensive survey is now underway on the route, linking Exeter to the rest of the southwest. It's hoped the results will reveal the best long-term plan to keep the line open and protected from future storm surges.
Well, Nick Smith is in Dawlish for us this evening. Nick, this is quite a statement from Network Rail, isn't it, that this is a 100-year project?
A man from Truro who survived having acid thrown in his face in a case of mistaken identity has told ITV News he's disappointed a woman who carried out a similar attack was found not guilty of murder. Andreas Christoforous is campaigning for anyone who uses acid as a weapon to receive a mandatory life sentence.
Well, it follows the conviction of Belinda Wallace, who was found guilty of throwing acid over her ex-boyfriend Mark Van Dongen in Bristol in 2015. Richard Payne has the story. Let's turn to other news in the region now, and a new daily helicopter service between Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly that had been due to start next week has been suspended. The council...
Police were called to a school in Paignton after a teenager was spotted nearby with a knife.
Now, there is still plenty more to come on this evening's programme before 6:30, including we'll be
And if you like the heat, the weather forecast is also looking pretty exciting. Perhaps 21 degrees at Barnstable tomorrow. Could be turning even hotter next week. Join me later for all the details.
But we're going to move on to sport now, and in football, Exeter City are through to a second successive playoff final after victory over Lincoln at St James Park.
The Grecians will play at Wembley over the bank holiday, and the city of Exeter could have a double weekend of celebration if the Chiefs reach their rugby playoff final at Twickenham.
Well, let's go now to Exeter, where Jeff Welsh is for us this evening. Jeff, it is a case of one down, one more to go.
Now, next on our programme, yoga is already well known for its calming and healing effects. I mean, need that after seeing all that. But it's also being used now to combat exam stress.
Yeah, primary school pupils in Truro have been learning some of the exercises to help them cope with their SATs exams. Kathy Wardle has more.
All nice and relaxed.
Yeah,
now.
we could get that in the newsroom here.
Yes,
now,
please.
as you've just seen on the screen behind us, the wedding that is getting the world talking is happening tomorrow, and thousands of you are getting into the spirit of things, holding parties right across the West Country to celebrate the marriage of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. In
a moment, we'll be crossing to Grace Pascoe, who's at Carnan Downs near Truro, where party preparations are underway. But first, Chloe Keedy has this update from Windsor, where the royal couple will tie the knot tomorrow.
Well, I've been down here in Windsor since yesterday, and I've got to say today the atmosphere has really cranked up a notch. The sun is shining, the street-backing outfits, I've got to say. I mean, people dressed from head to foot in Union flags, and many of them have been camped out here for days. Well, not long now. It is less than 24 hours until the ceremony, which takes place inside St George's Chapel in the grounds of Windsor Castle behind me. And we learned today that Prince Charles will be walking Meghan Markle down the aisle after it emerged that her father, Thomas Markle, is unable to attend the ceremony following heart surgery earlier this week. Well, after they've tied the knot, Harry and Meghan will travel through Windsor in a horse-drawn carriage. And for many people who have travelled from far and wide, from all over the country, some of them camping out to be here, that is the moment they'll be waiting for.
Chloe Keedy reporting in Windsor there. But royal wedding fever isn't just confined to Windsor, where over 100,000 people are expected tomorrow.
No, because right across the West Country, lots of street parties and events are taking place to celebrate Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's special day. Grace Pascoe joins us now from Carnan Downs. Grace, well, somewhere among the flags there is Grace. What's happening there tomorrow? Sure they will. Grace Pascoe at Carnan Downs, thanks very much indeed.
Well, elsewhere in Cornwall, children at a primary school have been staging their own version of the royal wedding. Pupils at Truro...
Well, school children right across the West Country have been getting into the spirit of things, including pupils from Taunton School Nursery. Our reporter Ben McGrail was there as well. A lovely Ben McGrail reporting there. Well, as Henry requested, is there going to be none rain? Amanda Houston has the details.
Hello again. Well, the weather is looking lovely for the royal wedding tomorrow, and for our part of the world, we're expecting fine and dry conditions across the region. It is going to be feeling warm, if not very warm, in places too. And the reason for it, high pressure is going to be dominating. You can see it here, sitting right across the UK, blocking any of these weather systems from working their way towards us. So it's keeping us fine and dry as we go through the next few days, and we will see a good deal of sunshine too. Now, coming back to the rest of this evening and tonight, if you are heading out and about, there may be a little bit of cloud around at times, but for most of us, dry, clear skies, and that's going to allow those temperatures to tumble. In fact, in places, could get down to around 4 degrees. So, of course, that means for tomorrow, it is going to be a nippy start to the day. Again, could be a little bit of cloud around at times, but for most of us, we're looking at a beautiful day. Blue skies, plenty of sunshine. We've got light winds and warm temperatures. We're expecting highs up to around 21 degrees at Taunton, that's 70 in Fahrenheit. And of course, if you are heading out to any street parties, do make sure you pop on that sun cream, as UV levels will be high. And then if you are planning on heading to the coast, here are your tide times. High tide at St Mary's around 8:14 in the morning, and again 8:36 in the evening. So looking further ahead to Sunday, it's another corker of a day. You can see plenty of sunshine across the board. A little bit cooler out towards the coast, but inland highs 20 or 21 degrees. And as we go into Monday and Tuesday, the chance of the odd isolated thunderstorm, but for most of us it's dry, plenty of sunshine, and feeling even warmer out there too. So there are plenty of outdoor events going on across the region throughout this weekend. And if you are sensitive to hay fever, moderate traces of pollen for the next few days, have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Amanda, thank you. And our main headline this evening, Network Rail says the project to protect... Well, that's it from the two of us. I'll have the late news at 10:30.
Now I'll hand you to Mary Nightingale as the ITV News continues. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.